Hi, YouTube family. Welcome back to Recording Movies Recap. Today I will show you a sci-fi film from 2011, titled 15 Million Merits. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. In the far future, poor people live in facilities where they must ride stationary bikes to earn merits, which they use to pay for most of their daily actions. Food costs merits, but so does the bit of toothpaste they consume every morning. Their rooms are small squares covered with screens that can be used to watch shows and play games that must be paid for, but these screens also play adult ads even while you're in the bathroom, and skipping those costs merits as well. Each user has an avatar in the system, and getting clothes and other decorations for it must be paid for too. There are no vacations or breaks outside, the facility is their only life unless they spend a huge amount of merits on a golden ticket to appear on the talent show Hot Shot, which could possibly earn them a better life. One of these bike riders is Bing Madsen, who has over 15 million merits. He isn't a big spender, preferring his avatar to stay basic, but he does skip all the ads whenever they pop up and spends his evenings playing video games. Bing doesn't care for the talent show or dumb comedies, so he sticks to music or landscapes, while he bikes, always staying chill about it. This is very different from the guy on the bike next to him, Dustin, who is rude and obnoxious. He laughs loudly at his dumb humor shows, watches adult movies in the biking room in front of everyone, treats the cleaners like garbage, and makes fun of the people who have health problems because of the bike. Bing can't stand him, but he doesn't ask him to stop either. Another coworker of his is Swift, a young woman that practices violin while she bikes, and has a crush on Bing. One day during lunch, Swift teaches him how to get apples from the machine whenever they get stuck and tries to chit-chat with him after making a joke, but Bing only thanks her before going to his table. Later that day, Bing is trying to play video games when another ad appears on the screen. Tired of this, he closes his eyes to have a moment of no-screen peace, but this only causes the system to put all the screens on red and start blaring a warning that he should resume viewing. Bing gives up, opens his eyes, and, seeing as he has merits to spare, he decides to watch an adult movie for the night. The next morning, he notices there's a new coworker in the elevator, a beautiful girl called Abby Khan. One of the bikers isn't on his station either, and that's because he couldn't take it anymore, so he became a cleaner, which Dustin makes fun of him for. Later, in the bathroom, Bing hears a beautiful singing voice coming from one of the stalls, and discovers it's Abby. Starting to develop a crush on her, Bing tries to talk to her, but he doesn't know what to say. His awkward attempt at conversation is interrupted by yet another ad appearing on the screen in front of him, so they can't do much more than just go back to work. Abby takes over the bike that was freed by the guy that became a cleaner, and Bing keeps on glancing at her while he rides, which makes Swift jealous. During lunch, Abby uses the paper bag the apple comes in to make an origami penguin, but when she puts it on her bike as decoration, the cleaner takes it away because it isn't allowed. It's at that moment that Bing notices Abby glancing back at him, so when he goes to bed later that night, he can't stop thinking about her and keeps on singing the tune he heard from her in the bathroom. When he sees the ads for Hot Shot on the screens, he gets an idea. The next day, Bing sees Abby's apple got stuck in the machine and teaches her how to get it out, taking the chance to start a proper conversation this time. Abby just turned 21, which is the age people are taken into the biking system. She wanted to go to the same facility as her sister, but that one is full, so she's here now. Bing uses the same joke about healthy food that Swift had used on him and explains how the unhealthy food is cheaper, but you gotta burn it later, and then you'll want even more sugar, creating a vicious circle. He also tells her he heard her sing and thinks she has a beautiful voice, but Abby downplays it, saying it isn't a big deal and it's just a song her family has passed from mother to daughter for years. The day of the show, he takes the shard with him by hiding it in his clothes, and the metal detector doesn't sense it because it's made of glass. He's the first one to arrive, but soon the room is crowded again, and even Glee is back. The only reason he gets chosen quickly is that the bouncer is told to bring someone ethnic for a change. For the screen test, he simply says he's an entertainer, and when he's offered suppliants, he tells the stagehand that he's already drunk his, showing her Abby's empty carton that he also sneaked and hidden in his clothes. Once he gets on the stage, the judges don't have much to say and quickly allow him to perform, so Bing begins dancing. After a few seconds though, he pulls out the shard and holds it against his neck, threatening to make things bloody if anyone gets close. Wraith says he doesn't care if he dies, but Hope tells security to stay back and both he and Charity encourage him to speak. Bing begins ranting about the system they live in, pointing out how they use people like fodder and everyone is out of their minds with desperation, insulting the judges for making things worse. By the time he's done, the public has fallen silent with shock. However, they begin screaming and clapping when Hope calls this the most heartfelt performance they've ever had. Hope pretends to have understood what Bing is trying to say, saying he likes his stuff, and offers him to keep transmitting his message on his channel, offering 30 minutes twice a week on his streams. Charity agrees that she'd watch such passion, and Wraith calls the shard a neat gimmick, so like it happened with Abby, the whole audience except Swift begins chanting "do it." The pressure is too much, so Bing gives in and accepts the deal. Some days later, Glee appears on Hot Shot and is kicked out because she's an awful singer. But now there's a new show on TV, Bing with his shard against his neck, ranting about the system with fury in his eyes. That is, until the show is over, then his face takes on a normal expression as he invites everyone to tune in again next week for another speech. Now Bing is living in a luxurious apartment with plenty of fresh orange juice, a proper penguin figurine, and the view of a forest surrounding him instead of commercials. Thanks for watching.